Sock Passe. What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of the Team Sock Passe podcast. My name is Glad.
And I am Rob.
This episode is sponsored by Sweet 1041. They're doing a dope wine tasting. Rob, let them know where they could come to the wine tasting.
Yeah, so this wine tasting is going to be October 24th. 2/4, October 24th from 3 to 7 p.m. Remember, from 3 to 7 p.m. And the wine tasting, it's going to be wine all over the place. And it's going to be a vibe.
It's going to be a vibe. For more information, make sure to tap into their Instagram at NYC_Sweet1041. That's NYC_Sweet1041. Team Sock Passe, we out. Sock Passe. What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of the Team Sock Passe podcast. My name is Glad.
And I am Rob. We are your favorite podcast show where we interview great entrepreneurs from all sectors of industry. Remember, subscribe, share, comment below. Subscribe, share, comment below. Glad.
Today we got a Barbara Walters exclusive. We're lit tonight.
Lit.
This is gonna be a special episode.
Yeah.
With our brother DJMARZ.
We make noise.
We do it up.
Clap it up.
We in the building.
Queens outside.
What's good, bro?
Outside.
What's good? We're gonna have fun tonight.
I gotta give y'all love. You know what I mean? I'm watching. I'm on the television. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm on the TV. You know what I mean? First of all, we're gonna salute them, show them love. Team Sock Passe podcast. You know the vibe, all right?
Thank you,
That's what's going on.
No doubt, man.
Love the evolution. Love it.
Speaking of evolution, man, this is about you. We giving you your flowers.
No.
Today,
I gotta get the flowers too. You know, you can't invite me to the crib and I don't show the love back in return. You know what I mean? I appreciate it. I thank y'all. I love y'all. But at the same time, you know, I gotta get y'all them flowers. I've been tuned in. I've been watching what's going on, and I love it. You know what I mean?
Thank
so,
you.
yeah, it's a vibe.
Thank
you. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Look, we're gonna have fun today. We have a lot to talk about. And you know, we was in the green room kind of catching up. You know, the hardest thing was, bro, the scheduling, because before you get on that next flight, we was like, Marz, come in. Let's get this. Let's talk.
Nah, I mean,
you're all over the place.
We outside. We outside.
No doubt, man. Before we get started, bro, one of the things I know you wanted to make sure to talk about was you wanted to make sure that people knew your story.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When I first knew about you, I knew about you from, because we was in the streets with HKNY promoting the shirts, and that's how we kind of met, right? But there was a whole story before that. You know, there was College Club Kings, DJMARZ. So I'm giving you the platform. We're giving you the stage. This is all about you today. Yeah. Let people know your story. How did you get started, man, in the DJ game?
Let's see. I mean, when we say DJ, I feel as though the titling of DJ limits it. You know what I mean? I count it as how long I've been manipulating sound. From the time I was a kid, like my ears. I'm talking about my ears working, my eyes working. I could see, I could hear, all of that. My dad has literally placed music upon me. You get what I'm saying? A Walkman has always been in my ears with some headphones, and we just been, you know, in tune with, like, yo, listen, you gotta get in tune with the Tabu, you gotta get in tune with the Scott Shaw, you gotta get in tune with this. And I'm just a kid, and something he always taught me from a kid was just like, yo, like, all right, cool, this is this, but at the same time, this is that. And then he'll introduce me to salsa. Hip hop I found on my own, but it was just, you know, that just says the story of, like, yo, music has always been around me. So from the time I was born, that's when I say I've been DJing from, because for me, DJing is, you're manipulating sound. You get what I mean? So that's really how long I've been doing it for. I fell in love with music from the time I heard it, and it's just been, you know, what it's been. That's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
But it's manipulating music, but you have like this natural of manipulating the crowd as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, how as a DJ, it's not just, it's more than just, okay, I'm gonna throw this on. This sounds great. You're playing a different, your compa, your hip hop. You're switching back and forth. Like, what's the mindset? Like, what is?
Oh, what's the mindset when I zone out and I put all of that story together? I think it's more of I read the room first. You know what I mean? I'll spend time. I'll be nosy a little bit, see what conversations is going on in the room. You might not think I'm looking at you, but I'm just trying to peep a little attention and be like, all right, what's going on over there? Just see who's there. Whether you know me or not, I'm watching you. You know what I mean? So I want to pick up your vibes. I want to catch your energy. I want to see that girl that's over there in the corner with the balloon and it's shining. Like, who's that over there? Like, what's her name? What's the birthday girl name? So I make sure when I'm DJing, I'm shouting her out all night and making her feel good. Because at the end of the day, we're in the hospitality business. So it's like, if somebody's stepping out, they're here to have a good time. They don't want to worry about these stresses. They don't want to worry about this. They don't want to worry about that. They bills, whatever. They just came here to have a good time. So that moment that they hear, cater to them. That's what they're here for. You know what I mean? It's like going to a resort. A party's a vacational feeling. You feeling that for a little moment. Granted, you ain't got no beach.
Right, release a little stress.
Release a little stress a little bit. And that's just my job, my service, what I do when I play live. And that's beyond just me knowing the music. Me knowing the music is a plus because I'm connecting the music with whatever feeling you want to feel. You know what I mean? And we just take it from there.
Here's a follow-up question to that, right? This is an interesting question.
Yo, this interview is going
Interesting question.
What's up?
God.
You got 4 DJs on the bill. You driving to the club. In your mind, you're like, yo, I'm gonna hung them up with this Rabadai. You get to the party, the DJ is playing Rabadai. What do you do?
I mean, you can't give too much of the secrets, but what I say is, we all have a library that's full of music. Let me see what your playlist is like. You get what I'm saying? That's all it is, because it's like the game of passing the aux. You step into the spot, or you step into the spot, there's an aux cable. What you gonna do with it? You get what I mean? After I done played. It's the same concept. It's just like, all right, you got the room like that? All right, watch what I do. I'm gonna kill him with this. Watch where we gonna take it.
Got it.
So that's just been my training from jumping. Again, it goes back to something my dad taught me. Listen to everything. You know what I mean?
So was your dad a musician, or he was in a game like that?
I mean, I can't necessarily say he was a musician, because when I was growing up, I didn't see no instruments in XYZ.
Okay.
But one thing I can say, I do know that he was a guitar fan. So he loved guitars and XYZ, and
played the air guitar.
he didn't. Granted, he didn't get to do his thing, and he's always been into music as a shorty. But me, coming up, it's kind of like I connected with his vision, because it was just like, before even with dabbling into music, I was also dabbling with art too. Like, he'll come home and from his job, and he'll have some drawings from work. I look at it, I'd be like, oh, okay, and I'd mimic that. You get what I'm saying? So I'd mimic that, and then I'd take the sound, and then boom, we got one. So that's just where I'm at with it.
When can you remember the first time when you were a youngin' where you had your own mixer and DJ table set and all of that stuff?
I mean, having one that's mine, I didn't have one that's mine till maybe like my teen years.
Okay.
But from before, like, I know I don't only speak for myself. I'm pretty sure obviously you guys are Haitian, so y'all know that in the Haitian household, they had all types of stereo equipment. You know what I mean? So my dad would always like play like records and tapes and whatever. So I just watched that, and while he wouldn't be, at the little family functions because he'd have work or whatever the case is, I'd just be there, and I'd mimic what he did. Like, okay, cool, he did this, and then he put it in this slot, and then this is what happened when he did what he did. It was common, like regular mathematics. So it's like I did that, but at the same time, I still knew, like, I'm a fan of music, so it's just you're following the order of the sound. Like, that's really what I was trying to do. Then I became a DJ in a sense, I guess. Like, that's really what happened.
So you're learning the craft. When do you start taking this seriously?
It was my senior year at Bayside.
You went to Bayside?
Yeah, Bayside High School.
Okay.
My senior year at Bayside, and my boy Andre, he come to me and he's like, yo, I got this, what he said? He said, I had this birthday party for one of our schoolmates. And he was like, yo, so you're gonna DJ this party, and she's gonna pay you $100. I'll say that, you know, for the world to see, but that's really what the pay was.
Right.
I was just like, all right, cool. At the time, literally, all I wanted was a sidekick. Like we in high school, all I wanted was a sidekick. It was a sidekick 3, bro. Like that's all I wanted. It wasn't the D-Wave version, it was the regular version. I just like the colors, so I wanted a sidekick. So I was like, all right, cool, let's do it. And sure and behold, we did the party. He was my MC. I didn't talk on the mic at the time, and I was just playing all my dad's CDs and whatever songs I could tell my friend Nayel, like, yo, put these songs on the list, and I'm gonna get to the party. I'm gonna play these songs. I had no doubles on the CD. It was just that one CD. I figured it out with it. Whatever my dad had in his collection, I mixed it with whatever I
All
thought.
Haitian.
No. It wasn't even a corporate party. It was literally like a high school party. Like I'm playing everything. It was on top 40 to hip hop to reggae to soca, all of that, just in one fusion.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And figuring it out on CD. Like that's literally how it happened. And you know, it went from that party.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it went from that party to like, all right, cool. Like the next one, this next girl from the school had another party, and then she put me on her party, and then my boy had a party, put me on his party, and then, you know, started finagling, and then some. You know, it's just hearsay. You know, like.
Did you have a name then? Was it DJMARZ then, or was it a different?
Before, all right. So that's a great question because a lot of people want to know this one too.
I was waiting.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Facts.
Before it was DJMARZ. World premiere. This is what it is, right? So I'm gonna take you back real quick. You know, obviously we know in you know, for the Haitian community, y'all know in May it's all about like the festival weekend and all of that, right? So my dad, just to show you how much he loved music and all of that, like he would even go like get the cassette that they used to have that had the flashback of the festival and all that, and he'd bring it home, and then, you know, we watch it. I think it wasn't even a cassette, it was DVD, and he brought it home, and the son that was on the video, he's from Florida. His name is what's his name?
DJ Griot.
DJ Griot,
right.
DJ Griot.
Yeah.
So it was DJ Griot, and then me, I'm like watching, I'm like, Griot, oh, he Griot. I could be Sauce. Like, no, that's real facts. That's real facts. But, you know, I had the opportunity. Ironically enough, that was my first DJ name. Still to this day, my neighbors call me DJ
Sauce Boy.
Facts. So the next, so, you know, as the years went on, as the years went on, I had the opportunity to meet him. And I told him the story. He started laughing. I was like, nah, like, it was because I'm like, yo, he can't be Griot. I'm not Sauce Boy. Like, that's fire. You know what I mean? So, nah, that's facts. That was my first DJ name.
Wow.
But, you know, when it turned over to Marz, I was in high school, and I was just playing around with names. And ironically enough, Marz just caught me. But it was Marz with the Z that caught me first, because it was just different. It was just like, all right, cool. Like, I know when you see Marz, they tell you it's with an S, but it sounds like a Z. You get what I'm saying? So explain that to me. That's my vibe. But at the same time, another thing people may not know, Marz comes from my last name. Marshall, that's my last name. So it was just like, yo, let me take out the S real quick, because I do believe that Marz sounds like it's stronger with a Z.
True.
Let's do that.
Very creative.
Very creative.
Very.
Yeah.
I have to say.
Go ahead.
Bro, this dude right here, I have to say, like, we met at the barbershop.
Yeah.
So I'm getting a cut at the Brothers on Jamaica Ave, right?
Yeah.
So I did I have on a sock boxing shirt or something?
Yeah. You had you know, That's not the first time I seen you though. I think that's the first time we interacted. I know I seen you in the circuit. You know, you were passing along shirts and XYZ, and then, you know, obviously when we connected later on, I put 2 and 2 together. But it was just like when we seen each other at the shop, I was just like, yo, in my head, I'm like, yo, that's Rob. I gotta connect with him. You know what I mean?
Crazy.
Like, I gotta connect with him. I was just a kid. I was just watching the scene. I was just like, yo, like, all right. And we didn't have YouTube back then. It was just like you hustling the street. So you see somebody in the network, you like, yo, all right, cool. We gotta connect.
No, I applaud you because dude, literally, I'm getting out the chair and I'm walking out the shop, and that was my first time at that shop on the app.
Word.
And Marz, he was like, yo, I'm DJ Marz. You do the Sakwase shirt? I was like, yeah, whatever. And then he shows me his logo. He's like, yo, I do my logo. I do this. I'm like, he literally gave me an elevator speech, and I was like, yo, I really love this dude. But I didn't really want to say, you know. I was just like, yo, that's what's up, man. Like this kid, like
Ambitious.
he was just sitting there. He was just sitting there on the side. You know how you sitting there, you know somebody's watching you, and you're like, damn, yo, like this kid's gonna roll up on me or something. So this kid, like, he was like, I'm DJMARZ, and he showed me his logo. Like, I was like, who created your logo? He said, I did.
Yeah, no, that's fire. That's fire.
That's
fire.
That right
and
there.
then everything from there, we just became
real
It was
cool.
organic. It was organic. It was organic.
You know,
organic, I remember y'all sent me the care package, all that. I was wearing my shirts and all that. I was like, yo, look, I got that fire.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that.
We're going to talk about all of that. I respect the DJ lifestyle.
Yeah.
Because it's not an easy lifestyle, bro. Y'all are up all night. That's one. And then two, the music changes every single day, bro. You gotta be on point. And being that you play various types, you in the HMI, you play the hip hop, so you gotta be on top of all of that stuff. How do you do it?
The answer to the question is any little spare time I get, any little free second I have, as long as the game is just time. As long as I have time, I'm tapped into playlists. I'm tapped into YouTube. I'm tapped into podcast. I'm tapped into what do you call that? Not even just playlists. Like, say if somebody just says, "Yo, this is the song I'm choosing," I'm tapped into that. Somebody just dropped a new album, I'm tapped into that. Any little chance I get, it doesn't matter who it is, what it is, how it is. As long as it's sound and as long as I got the time to listen to it, I'm literally gonna make sure I'm gonna check in. You get what I mean? So that's just how I stay tapped into the game. Now, what I do with that sound is I just manipulate it how I feel fits in terms of a vibe. But other than that, I'm always listening. Always listening. Always listening. Paying attention to them hashtags, them TikToks, all of that. I'm listening.
And the business of DJing, that's another aspect of it. There's the lifestyle, and then there's the business of it. You know, obviously you're doing this full time. You know, you're traveling, you're all over the place, getting the money. There may be a DJ out there right now who wants to get to your level where you're at. What do you say to them? What kind of inspirational words would you say to them as far as them getting to your level one day?
Honestly speaking, what you get in is what you put out. You get what I mean? Like, you really want to be that guy that turns up in the clubs in your neighborhood all day, you'll get that. Because I'm pretty sure that's where you see as just simply what you want to do. But who's to say that same guy doesn't have his mind set on, like, oh, wow, I done turned up all the clubs in my hood already. Let me bounce that over to go turn up the clubs in the mainstream in my city, in my town, in my state, whatever. Let me turn up that. Then that mindset might turn into, yo, let me turn up the next state. Next state might turn into the next country. Next country might turn into you turning up the world. Like, manifest whatever it is that you want. Whatever it is that you want to get it. Just state what it is that you want and go get it. Ain't no DJ in this world I'm going to tell you, yo, you can't do anything. Anything is possible. I done seen guys that had nothing and won it all. You get what I mean? So anything you want in this world, anything you want in this life, get it. That's just simply what
powerful.
It is.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
So let's dig deeper. Growing up in a Haitian household,
What's up?
how do you tell your parents, yeah, I want to be a DJ when I grow up? Like, what's
Yo,
not a doctor?
shit?
Not a lawyer? A DJ?
Yo, all right. So, I remember, you know, in the early come-up stages in the game, you know, it goes from your parent thinking like, yo, you know, is this something serious? Let me see how you moving. You know, you probably just left work, whatever the case. Let me see if this is lucrative. Your parents just want to make sure you're good at the end of the day. That's just their role. But I'll never forget, for me, the crossover moment was when I did Malcolm X's birthday event. I think Malcolm X Boulevard in Harlem. It is Harlem. I believe that's the name of the area. Yeah. I did an event for Source Magazine out there, and it was on Malcolm X's birthday, his block, all of that. Right. And I remember just heading there, and I'm texting my mom like, "Yo, I'm about to do this event." Blah, 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 blah. And I think at that moment she realized like, okay, he's
And
he's
how
serious.
old are you?
Wow, I probably was 21, 22.
Wow.
And at that point, I think that's when she realized like, okay, he's good. You know what I mean? Like he's making sure like whatever he's doing is serious. It's not I'm just going to parties and I'm just doing this. No, he's serious. That's what my mom wants to make sure. Like, yo, he's good. He's serious and XYZ. So that's just it.
I want to talk about next. So much to talk about.
What's up?
Branding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
That
us
is-
three, we know, we understand,
Yeah.
and we know branding,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We've had a lot of side conversations,
Yeah.
just talking about branding.
Yeah.
You separate, you know how to separate yourself from the rest organically. You're not afraid to look like Michael Jackson one day and Prince another day,
And with the mask.
and wear
in
mask
Miami,
and
the old man mask.
you're not afraid
It's
to
too
wear high
hilarious.
heels with fish in it. Like you go crazy, bro. Like yo, that's the whole DJMARZ brand.
Yeah.
Share with us a little bit about your branding concepts, and I know you're about to release some crazy stuff soon. You haven't been on social media for a while, and just share with us how important branding is and separating yourself from the rest.
For me, what I've realized what branding is what you want the people to see. You know what I mean? Branding is a movie. Branding is a story. Branding is the connection. You get what I mean? Because at the end of the day, when I see Sac Passe, I see, of course, I know my bros is behind it, but that word, that term, is so powerful to us. You get what I mean? It's so powerful to the world also. It's just like, yo, Sac Passe, that's mine. You know what I mean? So it's like, what can the people see that'll make them connect to me? You get what I mean? That's why I always do brand. Like, that's why I always take branding serious. It's like, even with the DJMARZ hats I have now, like, when you see it, it stands out. It's different. You know, like, you're so used to when, of course, this is my logo now, but you're so used to when you see the logo, you're used to the typical, he's DJing on a turntable, he's doing this and he's doing that. You see my logo from before. That was the DJ in a box and the Marz on the outside. That's subconsciously telling you, like, no, Marz is different. You're not even realizing it. You're looking at the logo at first until you're paying attention. You're like, oh, nah, that's Marz is on the outside. He's out the box. You get what I mean? So I always wanted to tell a story with whatever I'm selling. That's what my marketing comes from.
So where did you get that marketing concepts from like, I know you say your dad, he was into the arts. Was that a big inspiration as far as like thinking outside the box all the time when marketing and branding?
As you say that, you know what it is? As I got older, I realized where it came from. It came from more of the Basquiat pocket. Because with Basquiat, he's telling you a story with little words, with, you're just looking at the art and you're looking at the moment. And subconsciously, I didn't realize until I got older, it was just like, yo, I was paying attention to that because what Basquiat was seeing, maybe I was seeing too. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, okay, cool. He sees the world like this, and that's just how I seen the world too. I'm just explaining it my way. Everybody has their own version of interpreting the story. It's like playing telephone. This is like, yo, he said, but no, this is how I see the world. This is how I reenact it, and that's where you go with it.
Wow,
That's what's up.
That's Basquiat. That's what's
Now,
up, man.
when we first met, you were just getting into the HMI, right? And you was like, "Yo, Glad, I'm loving the whole Sac Passe movement, and I'm from college. I'm a college club king, but I'm about to get." You was like, "Yo, I'm about to play my first." I think it was at Amazura.
Classic.
And you were so excited. You was like, I need the Sac Passe crew neck. I need this is the I need it.
Classic.
You like, cause when it's halftime, I'm on. This is my first
Classic.
HMI.
Classic.
Yeah, you were so excited. I had to make sure to get you that crew neck.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I want to know. Share with us, college club kings, that experience, and then how you transitioned into the HMI.
First of all, I can't speak of the Kings. I don't big up my brothers. We got Spider, we got Zeke, we got Monumental, we got Spinfo, we got Walla, Shy. I hope I didn't forget anybody. I hope I didn't forget any player. Please, did I say Spinfo? I said Spinfo, right? Spinfo? Yeah,
I think
Spinfo. All right, so as well as myself, those brothers right there, when I first tapped into the college market, you know, it was just me and my bros on back then it was a UFO Entertainment, and with us, we was just some young kids, you know, shooting from high school that jumped into we get in it in the college scene. And
did you go to college?
I did. I didn't finish. I went to Queens College, but you know, but what it was with that was it was just like, yo, I actually took a step back from college to try to figure life out.
True.
And along that path and just partying or whatever case that I met UFO, and along with me and UFO, those brothers and sisters over there, they were still tapped into the college world, and anything that they were gaining in their network and in their popularity, and they were tapping in the party worlds, they knew I DJ, so they throw me on it. Like, yo, put Marz on. Yo, I got this dope DJ. Yo, his name's Marz. So, you know, a lot of my success came from there too, bubbling as my friends started progressing in the college network. Then, along that road, I should say, I met Spider. Spider took a liking to me and, you know, mentored me. Along with the mentorship, you know, the next gift that came with that was putting me on as one of the college Cup Kings. So once I got on with that, bro, like, that's when I seen the other side. When I say the other side, like, I got into the industry in a sense. Like, they'll take me to the little studio link ups. Like, I'll meet artists here, and I might DJ an event for an artist there, or I'll go to a listening session and little things like that. And that was a new world for me. I was like, okay, yo, I'm meeting everybody I see on my TV. Like, it's cool. At that time, it was like 106, and you got little things like that, and they DJ'd that already. So they're just taking me under the wing and coaching me. And yo, like, that's an experience, man. I'll remember for the rest of my life, because it's just like along that road, like, talk about I met Post Malone, Bryson Tiller. I did shows with Movado. Yo, so many, man. So many.
That's what's up.
Wow.
So many.
And then you transform into the HMI. How share with us that experience or that transition. And when, like, how soon after, how long were you with the College Club Kings? Are you still part of that group?
Yeah. I'm still a part of it. There's no word from I that ever said, yo, I left. Nah, we all still brothers. We all still family. At the end of the day, I'm still with those guys. When I get calls from the colleges, they still know, yo, College Cup Kings, you know what I mean? So it's definitely still in full throttle, you know what I mean? So,
and then you make your transition into the HMI.
All right. Now that, I'd say it's a one-part story to that. The one-part story to that is when we linked up at the barbershop. When I seen you at the barbershop that same year, shouts to the brothers, by the way. Yes. They throw this annual Thanksgiving event. So at this Thanksgiving, right? This Thanksgiving event, I remember that year I was DJing. I remember just DJing, and I'm thinking like, yo, like this, I'm there just playing. I never really been to a party. I just heard about it through my parents and stuff. Like when they go out to bars and whatnot, I'm like, yo, like this is like my sneak peek to look at how it really done. Like, okay, cool. Like this is what it really is. And then now how I, you know, to answer your questions, how I got into the game on that side was just like, after that little sneak peek I had, I just kept going, you know, making anybody I met in that network a friend of mine. You get what I'm saying? Like, yo, like, listen, I'm here for the good time, the good vibes. I'm pretty sure you are, but just here's what I have. Just listen to me. You know what I mean? So that's just where I was at with it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
you're
powerful.
like, so you basically was like selling your craft at that point.
Yeah,
it's like, yo,
you have to.
You gotta be. You can't be timid.
Mm-mm.
You just got like I know, because you stepping up and just talking like that. Yeah.
No, you have to, because at the end of the day, if you don't sell yourself, who's gonna sell you for you?
Facts.
You know what I mean?
So now, HKNY.
Shouts to the family.
So, how Rob and I know HKNY is through DJ Stacks, right? So we're pushing the shirts. We link up with Untouchable DJs. We do a dope promotion with them, and then we finally connect with Stacks. Stacks sees and understands the vision. He understands branding as well, and we met you through Stacks and the whole HKNY family. first we met Stax, and then Stax introduced us like 50 dudes, right?
Yeah, that was like the Haitian Wu-Tang.
Yeah, it was like 50 motherfuckers.
Yeah,
like,
that shit was crazy.
And there's still a bunch of them that we probably haven't even met yet.
Right.
But, Frank, Jeff, Wes,
it's a
family. It's a family.
Yeah, that's true.
And so that's how we met and we connected and all of that stuff. And then one crazy morning, I wake up and I'm getting these text messages. Like, yo, Stax and Marz, they doing this, they having issues, whatever. And, it was a bad day for me and Rob. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, yo, these are our brothers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, these are our brothers. Yeah. And I think, everybody just wants to know, like, bro, what happened?
Not even on a politically correct level, none of that. It's just the raw answer is just brothers grow apart. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is at the end of the day. That doesn't mean you're not my brother wherever you are. We grow apart. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes I might not see you for Thanksgiving anymore. We just grow apart. You know what I mean? And that's just where I think the relationship is at now.
So do you think Stax was like a mentor to you during those times of like you coming up into the HMI? And
without a doubt, like, we took a liking to each other. Pause, by the way, but we took a liking to each other in a sense of he was the older version of seeing what I was seeing, and I was the younger version of that. And by the time I met him and I understood who he was, and I'm pretty sure from wherever he was at, he understood who I was. It was just like, oh, like you see life how I see it, and I see life how you see it, and it was just like we just clicked off of that. But
how did you guys connect? Did a friend introduce you to the team or to Stax?
Ironically enough, where we connected was one of my right-hand mans, DJ Canal, from high school. We were DJing like a underground radio at the time. And the person that ran the underground radio, his mans is Stax's cousin. So he would throw a barbecue every summer. It's like the big thing in the neighborhood or whatever. And that was the same year I believe he DJ'd the relief thing with Mr. C. So so it was that year, and I heard the name. I didn't know who it was, but it was just like, okay, that's him or whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I'm listening to him play, and I'm like, all right, cool. Like in my head, I'm like, okay, I already know this format of how you're playing already, because I'm thinking of it. Like, in my head, I'm like, okay, he's Haitian. He does, the American stuff too. Like, I'm thinking in my head, like, yo, this is how the whole Haitian network does it. But later on, I learned that that's not how it works. But, we favored each other in that sense. It was just like, okay, all right. And then, it went from that. We're meeting each other, and, we just kept in touch. And then the rest is history.
Y'all like, together, y'all, Jay-Z, Kanye. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z, Kanye.
That
right?
is a perfect, yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
You guys,
pretty much.
together, the way you guys move, the branding, it was crazy. So do you think it's something that was said? Do you think it's vision that was
or
like,
ego
or like what is it? What do you think? I should say.
I mean, along with growth, I take it as a sense of like, again, here comes the creative differences. You may want something that just solely focuses on your vision, right? That's cool. I'm not knocking that. Me, it's like on the other end of whatever vision that you created and we agreed and, this is what we vibing with. At some point, as a creative, you want to shine light on your vision too. You get what I mean? And, we had that conversation and things were supposed to happen. But it's just like with life, you can't wait. Time waits for no man. You gotta get to it how you get to it. And, that's where I think things just went their own path. Along that, you take into consideration, the pandemic happens. All of us are on freeze. Like, there's no more clubs. There's no more, yo, you DJing this, you DJing that, this show, this concert. There's none of that. Everything stops. That transfers over to IG Live. Now, all of us got to create on our own. Like, it's not like, we got this about to happen, or we have this about to happen. No, it's none of that. We all had to create separately at that point. Wow. So that's why I say the creative differences, you know, really went their own way.
I like what you guys did during the pandemic, on the lives where you had, you know, you guys did the Miami Fest, you know, lives.
Y'all kept it going.
Y'all kept it going at Chloe's, I believe. And then after that, there were a few other lives and this and that. A lot of people following and chiming in. And you were doing something which was like on a weekly basis or something. And it was cool. So now, fast forward, do you think the pandemic kind of tested you guys' relationships, or?
Ooh, that's a good one. I mean, regardless of whatever's going on now, one thing I can say is I wasn't into the whole IG live thing. I'm thinking the club's about to come back. Yo, this COVID-19 thing is temporary, whatever. And he the one tapping me in. Me, I'm a person, I try to stay away from, you know, social media or television or anything as much as I can whenever I have the time to, because I feel like my personal time is precious. But he was just like, yo, nah, like, yo, you got to tap in. Like, you got to see what's going on. Like, yo, check in. Like, you know, this is what's going on. Like, in order to keep this thing going, like, you got to do this. I'm like, all right. So then I just say, yo, whatever's whatever. Wayne got my little iRig at the time and got my iPad moving, set up my tripod, and, you know, just took off from there. But along with that, you know, I don't have the, you know, we're doing, I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys went to our parties every single time. But, you know, it's like we don't have that to rely on no more. We got to sit here, still stay creative in the public eye, or else we're gone forever with little IG lives and little things like that. And if that wasn't happening, I don't know, you know, if anything else would have happened. So where I say it changed, it was just like, yo, that's when you start seeing like, yo, because I'm not depending necessarily on your vision, or you're not necessarily seeing my vision. I'm living a life, you're living a life, and we're just on two different zones anyway. Yeah.
Last question on this topic. We love you, brothers. We've done a lot of work, a lot of different cross promotions. Do you think in the future, do you think there may be some type of reconciliation, or do you think you guys may come back like a Kali me type of a, you know, Jay-Z, Kanye, Marz, Stack, like
Stacks in
I'm just saying, I'm just trying to put it out there because, you know, we peacemakers, we love Stacks. You know, Stacks has given us a lot of opportunities. Absolutely. You've given us a lot of opportunities. We've worked together. I'm just asking.
One thing I've learned with life, like I could beef with somebody and say, yo, I'm never talking to them again. But, you know, you learn that in life you can never say never. But again, where I stand right now is I'm focused on Marz. You know what I mean? And that's just where I stand. I don't know where he stands, but where I stand is I'm focused on Marz and making sure that brand goes, you know, kaboom. That's it.
So I got you. Understood.
Wow. that's the perfect answer.
And it's all good. BBA.
What's up? All the way though.
Ooh.
All the way.
All the
way though.
For those of you who don't know, BBA, what does BBA mean? And when was it created? How was it created? Tell us the story and who's involved with BBA.
All right. So BBA was created I'm pretty sure hopefully when this video drops, the song will be out too, but the answer to the BBA question, the world famous BBA question, is the moment happened. We're all in the studio working on a song Woodley has, right? So
who you in the studio with?
Woodley, DJ Woodley,
okay.
right?
DJ
So
Woodley.
shout out to my bro Woodley, you know the vibes, all right? So with that happening, we're all in the studio, you know, Casamigos rocking, Hobo's rocking, and Dave from Kai, T-Dread, is like, I said, what about on the song? And then I'm being annoying, you know. I'm geeked right now. I'm like, yo, this that BBA right here. And then they're like, BBA, yo, if Marz keep being annoying with this BBA, I said, yo, that's the name of the song. So then it started from there. It literally was supposed to be a scheme to promote the song. Promoting the song, then, you know, we went to a party and we're being annoying. No, before it even got there, there's a part I missed. Woodley has the remix for Say Papu Dat, the 20-year anniversary for Say Papu Dat, right?
I remember that. Yeah,
so on that, he put that on the remix for Allen, right? And they put BBA, but I said, what about? now we have to explain to everybody that's back home, like, yo, like, BBA means Blase Butambao. And then they like, Blase Butambao, BBA. Ah. Like, I'm talking about, we go to parties.
Wow.
And we go, BBA. And they're like, ah. Then Woodley's like, yo, we got to say all the way. So it was just like, yo, BBA. And then the crowd would go, all the way. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it went crazy. It went viral. Crazy. So it was just like, yo, something like that happened simply because, you know, I'm feeding off of my bro's energy. You know what I mean? Like, Willie got the song with Ziggy, and, you know, from Ziggy, Dave is in the room, and all that. It's just good energy bouncing off.
Right, right.
And along with that, so in the birth of trying to take that to market the song, it went to us taking control and offering services to everybody that was in that room and at that moment. Because those are our brothers that was there when that was happening. It was just like, yo, this BBA thing, if it's going viral and it's going to become a movie how it is outside, let's all take it serious and sell it to the world. You know what I mean? So we started figuring out how to sell that moment to the world, and, you know, whatever happens after that happens.
Who's part of BBA?
We got myself. We got my brother Woodley. Okay. We got my brother Ziggy. We got my brother Exotic. We got my brother GR.
Wow.
We got my brother Cuddy. You know what I mean? It's the family. That's the new wave right
You
there.
were going to ask a question.
Yeah, because I want to talk about this HMI.
What's happening?
I want to talk about the HMI.
What's happening?
Marz, I'm going to keep it a buck with you.
Talk to me.
Bro, you're bigger than the HMI.
Yeah.
And I feel...
I mean, let's be clear. Let's be clear. Hold on. As I say, yeah, and you say I'm bigger than HMI. Like, what is the HMI? You know what I mean? That's a great question.
We were gonna ask you that. We asked
Bobby,
Bobby Jams. He was on here. Yeah. Something similar to that.
Yeah. Love to Bobby, by the way.
Love. Because he said there is. He said, quote unquote, there is no HMI, and I was like, okay, that's a profound statement. But we didn't get into detail with it. Okay. To me, the HMI is comprises of all of the bands, the tastemakers, the DJs. That to me, you know, and that also comprises of people who are doing the Robert I music as well, and the DJs as well. That's what considers to me the HMI and the people
Haitian music
industry.
Right.
And for those of you who don't know, I'm sorry, HMI. We keep saying HMI, but there are people watching this.
Non-Haitians,
right?
Haitian music industry.
Haitian music industry. So that's what to me is the HMI. But like the American market, right? R&B music, hip hop, you know, they've got an ASCAP, they've got an association behind it where it's like they make sure that these artists are getting paid for their music. And so I guess that's what Bobby was saying, like there is no HMI, it's just a terminology. So that's why Rob was saying, like, you know, you're a brand who you are, you're doing powerful stuff within the HMI, but he's saying you're bigger than that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because your branding, I look at your branding, I look at your marketing. Don't take me wrong. People gonna comment below, like, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna be like, really, Rob? Like, word? You gonna... Nah, I'm just saying is that what I'm saying is your DJ style, I'm not DJ style, but your artist style, you're an artist. What I saw as far as like from your come up, you're an artist beyond the DJ title. So
yeah, he's not somebody that just plays the music.
Yeah,
and goes home.
It's not like that. Like we've seen that. We've been to parties where there are DJs who just play music. There are artists, DJs/DJ. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I just feel that why the HMI?
Honestly speaking, where I stand with that is like, it goes back to the course of, I guess what you're saying is I could be doing anything else in the world and I'm supporting the culture. I think it's because I want to take the culture to the next level. I want to give it my helping hand.
So you found your niche.
Yeah, I found my niche. Like, really, honestly and truly, I really could do any other genre in the world, but it's that love and that nurturing I got from Haitian music and the compa and the Labodai and the Racine and the XYZ, and the list just goes on. You know what I'm saying? And the Tubadu, of course.
Right.
And the list just goes on and on. What I got from that is there's nothing that beats home. You get what I'm saying? It's like one of my mentors, Spider, told me, you know, one of my college cupcake brothers, he told me, he was just like, yo, Marz, you gotta go home. I'm like, huh? Like, what are you talking about? He's like, yo, you gotta go home. I'm like, home? He's like, yes. Haiti, put that on your back. Go home. And I'm like, all right, I guess. And then along that path, I met you guys and that. And you know, so many amazing things happened after that. And it's all because I went home, and nothing beats going home. I'm pretty sure you guys, you can have your own crib and whatever the case is, but nothing beats the aura, the energy of going home.
Yeah.
Home supports you. Your parents, they support you. Your brothers, your sisters, they support you. Your cousins, they support you. Your uncles, XYZ, your aunts, they support you. So it's just like, there's nothing that beats that. And that's why I decided to turn my head around and take home with me. You get what I mean? This is who I am. This is what I represent. And this is what I do it for.
Wow.
Awesome.
Answer.
You said support. You've got this new sound that you're pushing. Trap compa, right? Bobby Jams was on here. And we had asked him, does he believe compa music is ready for mainstream, specifically not only compa music but in general? And I gave him the example of you, who's pushing trap compa. Like, that's a label, that's a sound that you're putting on your back and you're running with it, and you're doing an awesome job with it. It's new, it's upcoming. Do you believe that sound is ready for mainstream radio?
The sound is ready for mainstream radio as long as it follows the laws of making people understand the music. You get what I mean? As long as the sounds are compact and, you know, people hear it and they're like, yo, this is my jam. And especially now we live in the TikTok age, so you got to grasp people like this. As long as we stick to that format, it's ready to go. It's out the door. That's what I believe.
Because he had to, I'm sorry, he had said if it's one person who's gonna push it, it's not gonna get there. Do you believe that?
I don't believe one person could push it. You know what I'm saying? I believe it's an army. When I say it's an army, it starts from, all right, I'm Marz. I'm going to sell it to Rob like, yo, this is that heat rock. Rob sells it to Glad, like, yo, Glad, like, yo, Marz is putting me onto this. And you got to network it.
True.
Once you get enough ears to bite into it and believe in it, it's the army that's built already. Now it's the army versus the world. One hit can change the whole game. We've seen it happen multiple times. One hit, just one song can change the game. We've seen moments of, you know, compa having the opportunity to cross over with what Tabu did. You know what I mean? You hear Tuyavole in all these parties. You know what I mean? You'll hear, even with Carry Me, you'll hear Are You Ready? Right. All these parties and so on and so forth. So with that being said, it's just like, it's possible. We could see it hit mainstream. You know, happy enough we're living in a time where we could see today on Apple Music, we could just make one swipe and see, you know, our favorite bands on the top of these world lists. That's just the world list. Now let's get them on the big boy playlist. You know what I mean? So we almost there. It's gonna get there. It's just gotta keep fighting. I believe it can though.
I applaud you on that, man. I mean, I know it's a lot of work, and so for our non-Haitian, like I know a lot of American friends, they love compa, but then they hear you say trap compa, and then they have Rabodai. Explain the difference.
Like Rabodai. And I'm gonna be honest. This is not even off the record. This is totally on the record. I've had the conversation with the guys that created it. I didn't understand Rabodai at first, and I had the opportunity to go to Haiti and live it, breathe it, smell it, like hear it, feel it the way that they do out there. And oh man, that's about to take over the world right there, because it's like it takes the Afro sound, the Afro beat sound that we all know and love, and it adds the rhythmic drum pattern and the guitars and all of that. Like, so with Rabodai, like.
So you would call it like the EDM?
That's like the
of Haiti. That's what's up.
Because they take that and they merge it with the EDM. You know what I mean? Like you look at records like Madara, that's an EDM record originally, and so on and so forth. Or like I think Tony Mix got a song like Ike Fue, like he remixed the Ike Fue, it was like Dance or something like that. Yes. And it was just like, yo, like okay, like you, like that's really what's going on in the world. You know what I mean? Up. And so we don't like, you know, don't think nobody listening to Haiti now.
No, that's
Timmy was definitely in Haiti.
Oh, for sure.
Over the holidays.
True.
You know, they tapped in. We almost there. We almost there.
And what's your definition of trap compa? And your love with it?
For me, I'm where Clef was with it. You know what I mean? Without a guy like Clef, I don't know. Granted, I'm pretty sure like you got the hip hop and the Haitian sound through a King Posse. But, you know, for me, I connected to Clef. I'm a 90s baby. I connected to Clef. I connected to Fugees. And you take that sound and what he was doing with it, and later on in life, somebody that adapted the name for it, and Tiancito was like, yo, like, I'm not playing the regular compa. I'm doing trap compa. I heard that. I was like, oh, yo, that's fire.
So Tiancito was he's a member of
what?
Tiancito.
Tiancito was originally from Creole, and you know, he had his own vibe, but now he got Maestro.
Okay.
But with him, he was the one that originally came out with the theme of it, like the titling of it. And I remember hearing it years ago. And, you know, I think he did like one of those virtual lives or whatever. I see, I'm like, yeah, yo, this is it. Because for me, that's like a titling that told my story. I was always a hip hop kid.
Okay.
I love hip hop, bro. Like, can't nobody tell me nothing about no hip hop.
Facts.
But I'm a hip hop kid, but at the same time, I got the upbringing of being Haitian, and I'm listening to compa all the time. How can I take those sounds of what I was listening to through the boom baps and all that, even the trap sound as we are, you know, living in this current time, and add that to a compa sound to attract, you know, the adults. You know what I mean? I was always trying to attract the adults to the network, even though I already knew I had the kids. But yo, like, listen to what we got going on. It's like a talent show, sonically. So, you know, that's really what I've been trying to do with the trap compa sound. Just make sure we bridge the gap between the adults and the kids, because the Haitian kids that we got coming up now, yo, they listen to so much different type of music aside from compa.
They're different.
Aside from diaspora that was, you know, coming up back in the days where it's just like, yo, I'm listening to my compa because my compa is the only thing that's telling me my message. No, there's so many other genres that we all could connect to. Right. Like, we could connect to an Afrobeat song that's speaking our story. Add that in our playlist, and this, that, and the third to our playlist. So I believe, you know, music itself as a genre, period, music itself is growing, and it's only going to go where the strong point is. So as long as compa keeps adding anything that's strong and sound into their sound, it can cross over.
It cross over.
So what do you think? You think that music, that genre, can go mainstream? The compa sound or trap compa?
I believe so.
Yeah,
I believe so. If we're speaking about,
what's it gonna take?
If we're speaking about just a compa alone, I don't believe just compa alone can go mainstream.
Okay,
I'll say that. I believe compa with added push to it. You add, you know, you break down the language barrier. You break down the sonic barrier. You know, you add a little bit more sounds that's more easier to the worldly ear, I should say, so everybody can understand. I'm pretty sure any artist, any band, anybody out there can break. Anybody.
That's what's up. And you're on the forefront of that. You know what I'm saying? You're on the forefront of that. And, you know, outside of you being an artist, the stuff that you showed me in the green room just when you were about to, the stuff that you showed me, I mean, and I already knew you
by now when this drops, it'll be out.
It'll be out.
Yeah.
But
the world will be like, oh.
I just want to say this on camera, like, yo, bro, you are an entertainer. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you are
that's what I say.
an entertainer for sure.
He's definitely
you are a crowd motivator for sure. For sure.
Definitely. Where did that come from? Like, because you went from behind the booth to now holding the mic in front of the stage and rocking the crowd.
One part I missed in my story of mentioning art and mentioning DJing, I forgot to mention I did dibble and dabble in trying to become a rapper out, you know, earlier on. You know, now my musical knowledge has changed, but back then, you know, I didn't mind going at the talent show at my school and be like, yo, like, you try whatever it was.
What was your rapper name? I hope it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Marz. It wasn't Marz, and it wasn't
okay.
It was Busy. I spelled it Bizzi. That's what it was at the time. I don't know what my thing with Z's were.
So now you're living that you're living that dream just as a DJ.
Huh?
You're not a rapper, but you're still entertaining.
Oh yeah.
You know, through a different form.
Yeah. So you know, it's like everything I learned. I just put it all into one. You know what I mean? So if it was just like, yo, I had a fearlessness of going in front of a crowd and just saying whatever it was, I beat that already. You know what I mean? I did that. That's where I'm at. So, you know, It was whatever it was when I was DJing, and I remember getting into DJing parties for real. Like we talking about, we in the club now. We, you know, DJing these big college concerts or whatever, and I'm seeing like other guys do it, and it's just like in front of a crowd going crazy. I'm like, what? I could do this, man. Watch what I do. You know,
Wow.
you know, even if I had to leave my set behind and run to the front of the crowd and figure it out, like I did it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what's, any DJs that you are inspired by, like not within the HMI, but wherever?
First and foremost, I'm a big fan of Kid Capri.
Wow.
That's a throwback.
That is a throwback.
Yeah, I've always admired Kid Capri's presence. You know, when Kid Capri pulls up on the set, like, you know it's showtime. And you know, I'm a New York kid. You know, you have to. It's a must. You say Funk Flex. Any DJ in New York City, whether you love him or hate him, you was influenced by Flex. Like, you know, those freestyles, him, Clue, Who Kid, for sure. I'm a big G Unit fan. Camilo. When you guys ask me about marketing, like, yo, I'm a kid seeing this guy's marketing game. Like,
Carmelo definitely.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, when I get on, like, yo, this how you do it.
Because you always remember Dominican.
Yeah, like he lets you know, like, yo.
Yeah,
I remember being a kid, 106 Park Pro Style. You know what I mean? So I was just looking at these moments, like, yo, like I'm gonna get there one day.
Wow.
You get what I mean? Yeah, facts.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, yeah.
Marz, like you are definitely ahead of your time, bro.
No, I appreciate it.
Definitely.
You're definitely ahead of your time, and I see you as I see so many big things, and maybe. I mean, we gotta talk behind the cameras about a lot of stuff.
We do
about this whole vibe, Marz, BBA,
so much, yo,
producing,
so much, yo. So
that's
much
another
about
thing.
to happen. I'm pretty sure when they see this, it's either it didn't happen yet or it's happened already, and you know, just enjoy the show.
No doubt.
That saying keeps going on and on and on and on. Keep
That's
enjoying
what's
the
up.
show.
Wow.
Well, we're proud of you, bro. We're
Appreciate it.
proud of seeing when we met to where you are now.
Appreciate it.
Superstar status. This guy's about to catch a flight. I'm just happy. I'm just happy we were able. Yeah, we were just happy.
Where you going, bro? Where you going?
I'm in the shorts.
Yeah, I'm just happy we're able to get him now. You know what I mean?
This weekend I got DR this weekend. We outside. Bro.
DR.
We outside.
Wow.
We
Where do you see yourself in 3 to 5 years from now?
I mean, aside from being on a jet, looking at my schedule, you know what I mean? I'm tapped into, honestly speaking, I'm tapped in. I'm really on a zone where I'm tapped into multiple businesses. That's where I see myself. I'm tapped into making sure whoever it is on the come up after me, and even after that person, I make sure I set an olive branch to that person and help that person out and elevate them. Because at the end of the day, the true legacy is uplifting the culture. You know what I mean? The people are bigger than us, and we are only a person helping people.
True.
So as long as we continue to grow the foundation,
sky's the limit.
When I say the possibilities, bro, I'm taking this to the moon and back.
That's what's up. I
Taking
believe
it to
that.
Mars.
No, taking it to Mars.
We're taking it to Mars.
Yeah,
You like
we
that?
done it. We done.
You like that
We
marketing?
left the moon. We left the moon already.
We're taking it to Mars.
Yeah, facts.
Yo, so how, like, any last words to, like, the up and coming DJ out there, the youngins?
Ooh. I mean, earlier I spoke about manifesting. Definitely manifest. So whatever it is you want in this game, say it, you get it. Ain't no, you're gonna get it. You'd be surprised at the things I said I'm gonna get and I done got already. Like, even had an opportunity to be here with you guys. I seen you at the shop. I'm like, yo, I got chopper. I got up. I got my conversation. Closed mouths don't get fed. Simply. That's just what it is. Aside from that advice, be creative, man. Be creative.
No doubt.
Like, we done got the guys doing this and we done got the guys doing that. But the guy that blows up in this business is the different guy. It's the guy that, what does he do? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, he's the gem. Okay. Pull up real quick. Let me see something. You know what I'm saying?
And his name is DJMARZ.
That's true.
Yo, thanks for coming on to the Team Sapase podcast.
Yo,
appreciate
you
Brody.
so much. Give
That's
them
La Familia.
your handles, everything.
Yeah, let people know where they could.
So, We make it
Find you.
real clean, real simple. We're not doing the at da 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 da. We're gonna keep it simple. Type in DJ Marz TV on all your favorite platforms, no matter what platform it is, you'll find me. Whether it be Google, that's all you should just say. You just leave it there. Google me. That's it.
I like this dude's vibes.
We
I like
That's it.
His character.
He understands
He
branding.
understands
Just
branding.
Google me.
Just
That's
Google
it.
me.
That's it.
Just Google
DJ
me.
Marz.
That's what's
Google
up.
me, you'll find
And
me.
he noticed that.
And that's Marz with a Z though. That's Marz with a Z.
Marz with a Z.
MARZ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
DJ Marz TV.
Wow.
Simple, straight to the point. Barbara Walters exclusive.
Yeah.
DJ Marz.
Again, thank y'all. Definitely subscribe, share, and comment. Team Sock Passe. Comment below. We got DJ Marz.
No doubt.
The exclusive interview.
I'm back though.
This is the
I'm
show.
outside.
He's outside. He's
This is
back.
Yeah, we're gonna do a podcast show. We're gonna have a live audience one day, and Marz is on the set.
Yeah.
We're gonna invite other DJs
We
as well.
we can set it up. We can set it up
Yeah.
live mid party.
Mm.
Yeah.
And you know, we just talk to the people. Hear what the people, hear the questions that people want to ask, and we just vibe.
What do you,
know
what do
I
you
mean?
think, lad? That's gonna
Make
That's
it one
light
big
work.
party.
that's light work.
Make it one
Light
big party.
work.
Yeah,
Light
we just
work.
vibe. We
This
just
is what
vibe.
we do.
We just vibe.
This is what
The
we
Sock
do.
Passe way.
The
Yeah.
Sock
The
Passe
Sock
way.
Passe way.
Yeah.
DJ
Can we,
Marz
can we
way.
take that? Can you Sock Passe way?
I mean, that's fire.
Yeah,
That's
fire.
fire.
That's Sock
That's
Passe
fire.
way.
Yo, we out.
We out.
Team Sock
Team
Passe.
Sock Passe.
Peace.
Peace.
Bow.
Beat.